In May of 2005, 7 individuals, including Xuandu Kim Nguyen, were indicted in Dallas, Texas for their involvement in a scheme to defraud a mortgage company of over $5 million. After 4 of the 7 individuals pled guilty, Nguyen was convicted of 1 count of conspiracy, 2 counts of mail fraud, and 7 counts of fraud by wire. Nguyen was placed on home monitoring until her sentencing. However, sometime between November 8th and November 11th of 2005, Nguyen fled from her home in Plano, Texas. Subsequently, a complaint was filed in the Northern District of Texas for failure to appear, and an arrest warrant was issued by the United States District Court on February 3rd of 2006. From about November 2014 to December of 2016, Osandu Victor Aguilo was allegedly the leader of a criminal network that perpetuated an advanced fee scheme around the world and laundered the proceeds through U.S.-based bank accounts. The scheme involved promising victims investment funding, supposedly being offered by a commercial bank and supposedly sponsored by the U.S. government in exchange of paying various advanced fees. Using fake email accounts and stolen identities of bank employees and U.S. government officials, Aguilo and his co-conspirators found victims over the internet and allegedly deceived them into believing the investment opportunities were authentic. To further boost victims' belief in the legitimacy of the investment, Aguilo allegedly recruited U.S. citizens to impersonate bank officials during in-person meetings with the victims. Aguilo perpetuated approximately $100 million in fraud and schemes defrauding multiple U.S. financial institutions. Aguilo furthered his crime by targeting international victims that would be vulnerable to his crime and scheme. Roda Abdul Hassan Tahir is wanted for his alleged actions as the leader of a global money laundering organization that engaged in money laundering and transactions in criminally derived property in the United States and overseas. Working from Beirut, Lebanon, Tahir was allegedly responsible for the theft and transfer of more than $95 million from the elderly and otherwise vulnerable victims around the world. A federal arrest warrant was issued for Tahir in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida in Miami on September 28, 2017, after he was charged with the conspiracy to commit money laundering, conspiracy to commit bank fraud, 21 counts of money laundering, and 18 counts of transactions in criminally deprived property. James Alexander Ward is wanted for his alleged involvement in a precious metals fraud scheme that operated in Florida from September of 2007 to March of 2010. Ward allegedly operated an entity called Castle and Hawk Incorporated, which solicited investors to buy precious metals such as gold, silver, and platinum on a leveraged basis. Instead of investing the approximately $400,000 Ward received from at least 12 investors, Ward allegedly used the money for his own personal use and benefit. No precious metals were ever acquired for investors. A federal arrest warrant was issued for Ward in the United States District Court, Southern District of Florida, on September 6, 2012, after he was charged with wire fraud. If anybody has any information on the whereabouts of these individuals, please submit your tip to FBI.gov or call 1-800-CALL-FBI.